My name is David Brock, friend of Lesa and her family, and very proud member of Team Lesa. All of us who helped cheer her on her courageous journey, or was that her cheering us on? Until, if you'll pardon the metaphor, she rounded the final base and touched home. We are still applauding with this sheepish, unspoken longing that she just might step back on the field and tip her cap, or maybe put on her Groucho Marx mask one last time. But she's already given us extra encores and curtain calls and waving of one of her many hats. So we are here to acknowledge that she gave it her all. She gave life, and she gave us far more than we could have imagined or hoped for. She's our hero. She's in our Hall of Fame. There are times of our living when we cross an invisible threshold into a place that looks to be ordinary, but is not. A threshold into a well-known place that takes us right to the edge of the unknown, to the habitation of mystery. And when we cross over, we look up and we see not a ceiling, but the light of 1,000 stars. We listen and we hear not the voices of the familiar choir, but an angelic host of heaven chorus we cannot name or number. We step through an unseen veil where a bush may burst into flame, a blinding light might strike, or a still small voice might rustle in the silence. And when we cross over, we remember. We see again, as if for the first time, what an unspeakable gift a human being is. How immeasurably valuable this time called life is. Today, Lesa's life and death is an invitation to reverence and attention that transports us to a new geography of feeling, of thinking, and of being. To the place that blurs the line between this world and the next. Lesa has crossed the border of historical time to eternal time, and we are invited to stand and look across to that beautiful shore, as our ancestors described it in song. And so I welcome you to this memorial that honors the life of Lesa Charlotte Jones. On behalf of the family, thank each of you for being here today. Thank you, Walnut Gardens congregation, for the hospitality and care that you have offered to them to make this moment so meaningful. Thank you to special friends who worked with such devotion to prepare for this ritual, this drama that is worship that we now do together. Thank you to each of you for the ways you blessed the life of Lesa as she blessed and blesses yours. And I will steal a moment to offer my own personal thank you to Bruce and to the Sharps for giving me this honor, terrible as it is, to preside today. Since 1966, when our family moved from Missouri to Idaho, Teresa and Al, Lauren, Lynn, and Lesa were a gift to our family. We were close friends. We went to church and camps together. We were in each other's homes. Lynn and Lauren and John Warner and I irrigated potatoes one miserable summer in the desert and helped each other survive. We were family, and I will be honored to remain so all the days of my life. I was in the hospital 10 years ago feeling a little sorry for myself after my first cancer treatment. I heard voices next door. thinking, that person gets a lot of visitors and there's a lot of talking. Sometime that first day or the next, the door swung open and there was Lesa. I hadn't seen her for a number of years. There she was, hooked to an IV drip as she was just beginning her own fight with cancer, which I soon realized was far more serious than my own. She was an energetic, talkative, hope-filled angel who was not going to let this disease sap her passion for living. In a year, I was getting back to full physical health as she battled on. We got together from time to time for a meal or a conversation, and we kept in touch through emails. On occasion, we crossed paths at the cancer center. She was ever the hope-filled one. I am so thankful to be friend of Lesa and her family. As Danny Belrose, who is among us today, has expressed it in a poem he calls Balms of Grace. In this very room are friends and family, common folk with uncommon dreams pinned to iffy beliefs and dim half-miracles that bind us together in memory of a life lived and love shared. Thoughts, feelings, hopes, healings, questions, and concerns, all the stuff of life tucked within each person in this very room. In this room are memories, anecdotes, stories shared of one whose life has touched our own, whose hands have woven gifts of grace, whose presence filled love's empty space with friendship's voice and warm embrace. Welcome to worship in the name of the one who is our help and our hope.